Chapter 20, Part 3. Quote, I couldn't stand the way he stared at me. Quote, the way who stared at you? Quote, we were watching TV one night. My wife was in the kitchen and my son and I were watching together. Then one of those political programs came on. They started talking about the KGB, you know, a real smear campaign. I deliberately picked up a newspaper and made it look like I was reading as though I wasn't interested in what they were saying. I was hoping my son would switch to another program. He's never been interested in politics. He likes music. But he didn't change the channel. I rustled my paper, stealing glances at him out of the corner of my eye, and I saw him sitting in the chair, his hands gripping the arms of the chair so tight that they turned white. He didn't move a muscle. I realized he wasn't going to change the channel. I held on as long as I could, hiding behind the paper. Then I couldn't take it anymore. I smashed the paper into a ball and threw it to one side, got up sharply and yelled, Are you going to turn the damn thing off? Are you? My son also got up, but he didn't go over to the TV. He stood opposite me, stared me in the eye, and said nothing. The TV program was still going, but my son just kept staring at me. Later that night, I wrote them a note. I said I was going away for a while, that I had no choice, and then I left for good. Why for good? Quote, because. For a long time, neither of us uttered a word. I tried to make myself a bit more comfortable on the bunk so I could drift off, but then the colonel started talking again. So, you tell me Anastasia said she'd bring people through the dark forces window of time. She'd bring them through, and that's it. Quote, yes, that's what she said, and she herself believes that she can make it happen. Ah, she should have a hand-picked regiment. I'd become a soldier again to serve in that regiment. Quote, what's this about a regiment? I retorted. You didn't get it. She rejects the use of force. She wants to persuade people by some other means. She's trying to do that with her ray. Quote, I think, or rather I feel, that she's going to do it. There's a lot of people that will want to be warmed by her ray, but not many of them will understand that they themselves will have to put in something from their own brain power. Anastasia needs help. She's all alone. She hasn't got even a single platoon at her command. So, you see, she's recruited you, she's commissioned you, and here you are, lying in a basement like a tramp. And you call yourself entrepreneur after that? Quote, well, you, KGBer, you're lying here too. Quote, okay, go to sleep, soldier. Quote, it's rather cold in your barracks. Quote, well, that's the way it is, isn't it? Curl up into a ball, conserve your heat. Then he got up and took out from behind the divider yet another plastic bag. He got something out of it to cover me with. In the dim light of the candle, I could see, shining right under my nose, 3 stars on the epaulette of a greatcoat. It was warm under the coat, and I fell asleep. I was half asleep when I heard the tramps come in and head for their rag corner. They demanded the colonel hand them over a bottle for my overnight stay. He promised to settle it in the morning, but they insisted, threateningly, that he better pay up now or else. The colonel then moved his bunk, placing it between me and the newcomer tramps, declaring, you touch him over my dead body. And he lay down on his bunk, shielding me from the new arrivals. Then everything went quiet again. I felt warm and peaceful.